Hey guys, how's it going? It's Kire here with another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the August 13th update. Sorry I'm a little late on this, but there's so much good stuff to talk about. I figured I'd still get the video out, so let's get into it. Alright guys, a very exciting update, August 13th for Raid Shadow Legends. They are breaking down exactly what's coming to the game within the next year, and so that is pretty soon. We got 4 months for all these things to come out. I think this is a really good, ambitious goal, and I'm very excited if they can actually pull this off. This is going to be really cool for the game. The big list here on all the stuff that's coming through. They talked about patch 1.9. I thought 1.10 was also great. They're breaking down that patch. They're also talking about how they want more. Update 1.9 introduced some long requested features of the game like new dungeon stages and powerful legendary artifacts. Those are some big updates, but that's not all. We know you want more. So today, the time has come to shed the light on our plans and share our current development roadmap for Raid. With that said, here's what we have coming up for the rest of 2019. Now keep in mind that as we start development and start testing these features, things might change or things might just not work out as intended. As such, the plan is subject to change, but right now this is our plan. A few more details on each feature. After looking over this, I think a lot of these things are going to be really cool. So we got new factions. I think that's pretty standard in these games. We already know that there's some unfilled slots in the game currently that are grayed out. That's why they got new factions. I just want to reiterate that they're actually slated to come out this year. We're always looking to add more awesome and exciting champions to Raid. Mysterious warriors from far beyond are mustering their strength and shall set out to join their forces to yours when the time is right. These warriors will be unlike anything that you've seen in Teleria before, and they will bring some curious, unique mechanics. Hopefully they have a better release than the dwarves, because the dwarves, in my opinion, were kind of let down. They didn't release that many. The kits are not that good. Normally I would be excited that they're kind of increasing drop rates from a new faction, but when the new faction's kind of meh, hope they don't do that. I look forward to the new kits. I'm curious on what the new release structure, or not new, but I'm curious on what their standard release structure is going to be. Is it going to be like this with the dwarves? They only released 10 dwarves out of, all the other factions have about 20 to 30 characters. It's just kind of peculiar to me. I wonder if it's going to be the same release structure, if they're going to do more. I'm looking forward to more characters and also hopefully a little better kits. But not too bad, because it's a fine balancing. I feel like if you make really good characters, then people are gonna be like, oh, it's power creep, they want us to buy more shards. You make them underpowered, they're like, oh, they just don't want us to, they want to give us dwarves instead of giving us the actual good characters, so we buy more shards. So it's a very slippery slope there, but hopefully they at least get some good characters in the game. Like hopefully more characters with counterattack buffs on all allies, hopefully some more buff extenders, hopefully more characters like Longbeard, stuff like that are very unique and very rare, so having more options of those would be really good. Next, the desktop version. I'm pretty stoked for this. After seeing the screenshots of the desktop version, first of all, I want to say I'm very shocked that they're even making this. From a mobile game standpoint, I just wasn't expecting that they would have their own desktop client. They're also talking about how they know a lot of people use emulators, which is expected in these type of games. I think it's cool that they're aware of that, and then they're not trying to diminish it. They just want to actually make their own, and I think that's awesome. I'll break down what they say. We know a lot of you use emulators to play Raid on PC, but now there's no need. We'll soon be releasing an official support desktop version of Raid that runs faster, smoother, and has better graphics. Simply put, it's going to be the best way to play Raid on PC. Hopefully that's true. The game has been notorious for crashing. I think they've shored that up. Like it used to, a few months ago, it crashed a ton, whereas nowadays I think they've really been working on getting it a lot smoother. So I think that's really cool. I'm hoping that they come out with new UI features as well on the PC version, because currently that's the thing I want the most. I wish they had it right on the top, where it was like better ways to farm characters, better ways to manage your roster, better ways to manage gear, so that's something that I'm not seeing on this update list, but hopefully that's baked in with the desktop version. That'd be fantastic if that's the case. So next we got Faction Wars, a new game mode that's tailored to building teams of each faction in the game. Want to learn more? Check out the info in game. So this has been something that's been in the game for quite a while. You can see it it's ever since I started playing. I've always been able to see it. I'm excited for this. It's gonna, I think, having those factions blocked off, like there's a lot of good characters that you might not be able to get to use. It will really let you use some of the not thought of characters, get creative, really bump up. It's in a lot of other games, this is what's like the fun part of the game. Like I come from Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and like Marvel Strike Force is similar, where you're forced to use certain types of factions, and then the game really opens up when you can't use Martyr, when you can't use Bad L, and you have to find characters that are good but not as good. And, I'm pretty stoked for that. I think Faction Wars is going to be really sweet. I hope the rewards really make up for the amount of effort that it's going to take to level up these like subpar characters, but I guess we'll see. And then Glyphs. This is interesting. So it looks like another mechanic for leveling up your characters. And they say these arcane trinkets will not be easy to obtain, but when used correctly will empower your champions beyond their wildest dreams. Based on how rare they're making, like how hard of a grind masteries were, like, well, I shouldn't say hard, how long of a grind masteries were, how rare legendary and epic books are. Glyphs seem to be that next super premium thing that you only put on like 1 or 2 characters. But I wonder if it's gonna be a stat boost. I wonder if it's gonna unlock a thing like an ascension where you get an extra ability onto certain characters. So I wonder if it could be like a temporary boost, like you just use them as a consumable like in games, and then it makes them like double your attack for 24 hours or something like that. So then you can maybe clear a part of a dungeon that you couldn't, like maybe it will help you with a certain type of affinity is hard for you, so then you use a glyph, and then now you're way stronger for that time, so you can get through it. You know, there's a whole bunch of potential there. They're not really clear on what specifically it's going to be, but very interesting that they're coming out with something else to help power up characters. And so then we got the Platinum Arena tier. I've been thinking, I'm really hoping that they were going to do this. It's nice to see it confirmed here. There seems to be a lot of people stuck in the whole gold 4. It's just you can have characters that are 150,000 or 150k power, and then I'll verse another guy in gold 4 that's 80k power. Having another tier to really stretch that out would make a lot of sense. Also, the arena grind is a big pain as it stands currently, so having another currency that's going to be better than gold will really alleviate how long this grind is. For all the people that are trying to go for Arbiter, I'm sure you understand just how big of a pain it is. So hopefully the Platinum Arena tier will alleviate that. Also, the arena rewards, for me, coming from other games that are similar but not quite like this, having the arena rewards be so lackluster is kind of strange for me. So hopefully the arena tier, like the Platinum tier arena rewards, will really bump that up into where you're excited to do arena, besides just having to grind it for, you know, Arbiter. Okay, so the next we got the Battle Pass, new seasonal challenges, a chance to win unique profile avatars, a new player profile customization system, and more. It sounds very similar to the whole Fortnite structure, how they have a Battle Pass and they have these tiers where you play through. Maybe what they're going to do, I think this would be really cool, is you have a Battle Pass and you have an ongoing thing like these really long, I know these are controversial style events, but if you make the Battle Pass something that you get these 20k energy events, and then you, as you're progressing through it, if you pay for the Battle Pass, you get more rewards. If you don't pay for the Battle Pass, you get less. I think that'd be kind of cool if they do something like that. It just gives you more options to get stuff. And then next, Void Tower. I think this is also interesting. So Void Tower is in the game. It's currently locked, and so the Void Tower, this foreboding tower, has stood abandoned for centuries, its mighty gates barred and closed to the outside. What lies within will require the might of all your champions. Prepare well to succeed. What this reminds me of at first was like the dark dimension in Marvel Strike Force, where it's super hard, everyone's really strong, and you just slowly progress with like your best characters, and then once your team dies, then you can only put in other characters, and then there's like a reset period. I think that'd be really cool. And then like as far as you progress, the better rewards you get. I would think it'd be really cool if it's this really super late game slow grind that you work towards, because I think that's the funnest part of the game. Is like currently my favorite thing has been the rank 20 dungeons, trying to get all those done. Having something else that is even further beyond that would be very cool. Tag Team Arena, a new arena mode. First, I should say Tag Team Arena, I'm really excited for it, especially if we get to play with our friends. Maybe they limit it to your clan or whatever. That'd be sweet, where a new arena mode is coming that brings team play and team synergy to the fore. These battles will be longer, harder, and require at least 12 champions to compete with your rivals. When I hear 12 champions, I'm thinking like 3v3 potentially, and then maybe you have to go through like waves, like you guys determine, or it's like randomly determine the order of who goes first and second, and then you just battle each other that way, like standard arena practices. Not enough information to really think about that, but at the same time, very cool. I wonder what the rewards are going to be. I wonder if there's like, it sounds really fun. But hopefully the incentives are good as well. And then we got a new clan boss. And then, so let's break down what they say. A terrible threat stirs, and no single champion can hope to defeat it alone. Only strength and unity can bring salvation. Of course, this new menace will require a vast different strategy than what you were used to with the Demon Lord, with more champions needed to stand a chance against it. Sounds like it's gonna be harder. The mechanics are gonna change. So what's good against the current clan boss might not be as good against this one, which is great for people that have how characters are pulled in this game, all being RNG. Some people just didn't get good clan boss characters, but if you have multiple clan bosses, that's awesome. You know what I mean? Like, and so having more content is always better. Having different stuff so you can actually level up your other characters and they'll be useful in a clan boss style format, because as of now, the clan boss is like some of the best rewards in the game, like the best rewards in the game. So having another, if you just haven't got the super top tier clan boss characters, but you have this other clan boss to do it and your characters have to work for that, that's awesome. I'm super stoked. The strategies that have been coming from the current clan boss are some of my favorite experiences playing this game. Having another one where we can theory craft and talk about it is going to be super cool. Okay, and then lastly, we got mythical artifact crafting. Okay, and then new challenges we'll be trying. And even the mightiest champions need equipment of equal power to carry them through battle. Tolaria's best smiths will be put to the test to recreate mythical artifacts, special weapons, and equipment once thought lost to the history books. This will include special sets that won't be obtained anywhere else. This sounds to me like a next level version of what a divine speed and divine, and so like I'm wondering how you're going to get them. It seems like it's something like these are going to be like the super high end gear, very hard to get. You're not going to get very many of them, which kind of concerns me, because if you know if you're excited about the gear until you make sure all the primaries hit and the secondaries. So hopefully we actually get our fair shot of like actually getting them once they give us more information. That's cool. I'm still mainly on like 5-star gear, like let alone, you know, I got a few good six-star pieces. So having another tier on top of that, it's cool that they're having stuff come out, but there's a long way to go to really, where I feel like I'm truly optimized for the gear that they let us have currently. I'm excited for it. I just really want to know how they're going to implement it and how good it's going to be. All right, guys. Well, that's the end of the road ahead update for us. Hopefully Plarium can stick with this release schedule. It'd be really cool if we get all these updates before the end of the year. And if you guys like content like this, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel. And you guys have a good one. Peace.